Trail Seeker Adventures heads to round 5 of the Mountain State Hare Scramble at Burgess Farms Raceway, where I encountered some bottlenecks, got up close and personal with some other riders, had some tight racing, watched other people make mistakes, and made a few mistakes of my own. You never like seeing your boots pointing to the sky. Let's get into it and see where it all went wrong. Here at round 5 at the Mountain State Hare Scramble, we had a good rain the day before, but that didn't stop the riders from coming out and having a great weekend. So we're going to have a mutter, and I love a mutter, and I'm back on the beta, and you know how I like starts with the beta. Well, guess what? But some dummy forgot to push the record button for at least a lap and a half. So after one of the most exciting lap and a half of wiping off the camera, doing an awesome job, I realized I never even pushed the record button. So let's start this thing and I'll get you updated. So I usually wait until the road before me before I push the record button, just to try to save as much battery as possible. Must have just totally forgot, got into my process of getting started and ready to go. But I got into the woods about third off our row. I think I was second in my class, I'm not 100% sure. I made some passes, or pushing the front end a little too hard, slid out the front, nothing too bad. Some guys got around me, got up, got going again, did the same thing, fell over, had to get it back up and just calm down, pass the guys again. I think I passed the same guy probably 2 or 3 times in the first lap. I ended up coming around second in my class, and on the second lap had a pretty good lap going. Check out these young men on the left and right side of this hill. We'll be seeing them again later on the day. The big bottleneck, unfortunately, did not get that. That would have been awesome to see. There's probably 50 guys at the bottom of the hill. We got through that pretty much with no problem. And then I realized I did not push the record button. So we're about halfway through the second lap, and having a pretty decent day so far. As the 668, Landon Rogers is having a good day. We'll see a good bit of him today. He's back and forth a few times. As I'm rolling around here, beating myself up for not pushing the record button, I just wanted to let you know I'm back on the beta. I did a little practice with the beta this week and got the suspension feeling better for this type of track. It's still pretty soft, but on the rocks and the tightness, I think the beta was the decision that I needed to make, and it felt really good. As I was going through the first lap, I was getting comfortable with it, and I was rolling around here feeling really good with the old beta. Wiping his camera off the entire day. It's not even been on. Landon found a pipe. There was about 3 or 4 spots that pipe ran throughout this property, and it was not a good thing to come across. We're coming up here. This is the second hardest hill climb. The mud hole obviously was not a real big issue. It became a little more of an issue later on in the day, but the hill here, it was hard to get a good run for the hill. Now, the last time I had the beta, I think it was on round 3, I was having traction issues, and I decided to try the Apex, and let me just tell you, it was doing awesome on the uphills. But on the off camber, when you got over on the side lugs, it was not hooking up very well at all. I could climb, well, like no problems at all, but you get out here on a turn or off camber, it was pretty sketchy. I was actually trying the Apex. This was going to be a trial run. I was wanting to run the Apex at the snowshoe, and I wanted to see how it was going to last. But as you all heard, the snowshoe GNCC race is canceled, or at least it's not going to be at snowshoe. I don't know if they rescheduled or if they're just going to cancel that altogether. But yeah, the side knobs is not good. Right here's another one of those pipes. But this not hooking up on the side knobs is definitely going to cost me later on in the race.
Well, since I didn't have the camera, I wanted to do a little update. Got a decent start. About second. Wrecked twice, went clear to the back of the pack. Came around the first lap. I think I'm second. Now I think I'm back up to the lead. I'm catching Austin.
So this is Austin in front of me. This is my cousin. We ran the 8-hour together. We're pretty close in lap times usually. I'm not sure if he was having issues on a hill climb or what, but we're catching up, and you will get to see him a good bit on this race. So at the end of lap 2, not that you've seen much of it, I am back up to first. There's Heidi rooting me on, making sure I don't need anything. Heidi was gone the first part of the day. She has a video coming out with her and her friends, the Dirt Bike Girl Adventures, and the Trail Seeker Adventure crew got together and did a dual sport ride. That's going to be one of our episodes coming up here pretty soon. Make sure you check it out. Check out our other videos, like Austin and myself did the 8-hour at the SXCS. See how that turns out. We also have Trail Seeker Adventures checking out Prune Motorcycle Park, and we also did the Ashland Resort at the Hatfield-McCoy Trails. If you're ever interested in trying out Hatfield-McCoys, check it out. And then we also just did a video on the downhill mountain biking at Snowshoe. I want to thank everybody that came over to our camp and was letting us know that how they enjoy watching our videos. We had several little guys that came up that got pictures and a free t-shirt and stickers. Absolutely love seeing people come out and enjoying the weekend, and also letting us know that they're enjoying watching our videos. It helps me know that I'm doing a little bit of something right. We had one gentleman said, they never even thought about going to Snowshoe and trying out the downhill until they watched our video, and that's absolutely what our channel is all about. We're taking you to the event, the race part, whatever it is, so you can see if it's something you're interested in, and you'll be able to check it out before you even get off the couch. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything. You can wait till the end of the video and hit the logo in the middle of the ending card, or hit the little red button at the bottom right hand side of your screen.
Thank you.
As you can tell, I think Austin spotted me behind him, and he pushed the throttle a little harder, was trying to get away from me. Now, on the old Beta 300 RR, it was feeling awesome through these rocks. I had it pretty soft, and the apex, this is one of the sections that the apex was feeling good, going up over the hill, getting a lot of traction. But we get up here on top of the field, and I just barely see Austin across the at the end of it there. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this, but you see somebody in front of you, even if he's not in your class, use him as motivation to try to get you moving. You see somebody up here, try to get around them or catch them as fast as possible, and that helps keep you motivated. And because there's times when you're out here and you don't see nobody, you get kind of lazy, you slow down, you start resting, but you don't know, but your competition is either right in front of you or right behind you. So when you hear somebody coming behind you, twist that throttle. If you see somebody in front of you, twist that throttle and use them as motivation to keep your lap times up as fast as possible.
This thing feels awesome.
So they took out a section of the track right there at the bottom of the hill where he had us turn left. We would have stayed straight, and that's where the big hill climb bottleneck was. And right there on the right, that's where we would have came right back out. So they cut that section out.
Hey!
So as you've seen, sometimes doing what I preach doesn't always work. Not to follow the guy in front of me. I went a different line, and then there's the old 911 Jay. I passed him earlier. Can't remember where it was, but he's getting back around me, and we battle back and forth and have an absolutely good time battling with Jay. Especially when he's not in my class. I used to run the open A, he's running open A, but it makes it even more fun when he's not even in my class. But you'll see him several times. If you missed it, check out our last video of the Mountain State Hare Scramble. We about took each other out in the creek, but yeah, good times. As you can hear, I'm being pretty easy on the throttle. I put this tire on. As you know, the Apex is mostly made for hard enduro, rocks, and that type of track conditions. I put it on, took it up to my practice track, and rode it for about 45 minutes. Felt pretty good with it. And then my friend Bob Martin looked at it and he says, I don't know about that Apex for you. And we looked at it and it was already starting to rip knobs off. So last minute I decided to take the tire off, flip it around, and put it back on, just so I didn't have to worry about it. But the first lap I was ripping on it pretty good. Actually, probably that was why I was on the ground a few times. You got to get to know your limits on your machine and your equipment. I found out pushing that tire, especially on off cambers, was not good. So as much as I possibly could, I decided to try to take it easy. As I pulled over here to let Jay go, I pulled over in front of him there, kind of messed his route up coming up the hill. But you just learn what your tire or your bike or whatever it is, where it works its best. This two-stroke, it lugs like nobody's business. I love the way this thing runs. I cannot wait to get it out into some hard enduro situations and get to play it around. I still got some suspension work to get figured out with, but like right here on this off-camber stuff, it did not like hooking up on those side knobs. But that's probably not what this tire is necessarily made for. But I just want to throw that out there. Whenever I learn something or try something, I want to give you the information so you know how or what to expect when you try it, or if you even want to try it.
Thank you. Better be careful when I'm on one.
Well, to be honest with you, I totally forgot about Austin, chasing the old 911 Mr. J.D. Barry. And here we go, we're back to Austin. So Austin must have forgot about me or had some issues. So now we're back, and I got Austin in front of me, and I got Jay in front of me as motivation. Now the first lap I was coming across here, and I hit this a little too hard, and it bottomed the old beta completely out. But after that, I learned to take it a little easy through there. this is one of those occasions where I don't go the main route, even though the main route is definitely faster. You just never know when somebody's going to get thrown sideways in a difficult section like that, so I did the go around. I did lose a little bit of time on that particular event, and you'll do that. There's times that you go and do the long route just because somebody's in front of you, but then there's going to be times whenever you go to do that and they're going to be in a bottleneck and you're not. There's that pipe. The only thing I can tell you on a pipe or a route, try to get as square as you can and make your bike as light as you can. And the way you can do that is by, like, if your front wheel get back on the back of the bike, or get a gas at the last minute to get that front end up over. There's Jay, he's stuck in the mud. Austin, he's got going. I passed him there. This is that hill climb that's hard to get a good run for. The Apex was hooking up awesome in this situation. Thought I had it taken care of. Got plenty of room, no problems. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Somebody is looking at my number plate. Nothing he could do. He was just having a bad time on the hill. But thanks for all the helpers to come over to the rescue. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he was just, I don't know, delirious or something. But I had to give him a little bit of a bark buster to get him out of my way. Didn't hit him very hard, but I don't know if you noticed, Austin got back around me. I think that is where I hooked up with Jay at the end of the race, and he said he got stuck on the hill forever, and he was stuck in the hole when I came around him. But I think that's the last time I see Jay. But we'll see Austin again. I gotta try to track him down. I thought I'd try to show him the fender. The only thing is, I'm used to having a yellow fender. A lot of people, knows that I'm one of the few that runs a Suzuki out there, and when they see a yellow fender, they usually know who it is. But the white fender, I don't know. I'm sure he probably knows who it is. But we started picking it up a little bit here. It makes it pretty fun. I'm still first. Austin is looking back just to make sure it's me. Heidi's over there wondering why I'm going so slow. Going on for another lap. So this will be lap 4. This is the new section they were talking about on the start. Very off camber, single track. They didn't run us through this on the first lap because we would have been probably bottlenecked for days. But yeah, it was definitely something to switch it up a little bit, off camber, and not a 450 track for sure. Make sure you stay till the end of the video. I had a season-changing event at the end of this race. One thing you definitely had to watch out for on this track was barbed wire. It seems like we must have ran around the edge of the property quite a bit because there was barbed wire just about everywhere you turn.
Oh! Hop, hop! Oh, up, up, up! Thank you!
There's Landon again. I couldn't remember. I don't know if I remember him getting back around me or I don't know. But anyways, there he is. He's back in front of me.
Thank you!
I'm not sure if he was getting tired or just getting tired of seeing me, but he lets me go around, and I appreciate that.
Oh! Thank you! He's taking off.
Well, what I was saying is Austin is gone. You know, just like that, you forget about somebody in front of you, and you lose them as motivation, and next thing you know, they're gone.
There you go.
Watching this video back, I realized I may not have been getting as good as traction as I was thinking. I'm definitely being easy on the throttle to get it moving. I definitely think if I would have had a little better mud tire on the back, I would have been better off today. It looks like Austin's
You okay,
having
bud?
issues also.
You okay?
He was saying he ran the handlebars into his stomach. That's never good. But I think that pretty much been his day early. Talked to him after the race, and he said after that he just went to the truck. It was funny, before the race I was talking to somebody about hitting one tree and then making me hit another one, and that's exactly what that was. I hit a tree with my buckbuster and it threw me off, and I hit another tree.
Stupid tree.
And then there goes Landon.
Bob wire.
What the heck just happened? Let's take a look. Came rolling down the field, not really all that fast, and when we come into the turn, I touch the brakes and it shoots to the left. It's definitely never good when your back wheel tries to pass the front wheel, and it's definitely never good when you go faster than your bike. As soon as I hit the ground, I felt it. I knew something broke. Sometimes you hit the ground and you're just trying to wait to see how bad something hurts, but I knew at this moment I was broke. And most likely it was going to change my whole season. That's broke. It's broke. That's broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. In case I didn't say it enough, yeah, I think I broke my collarbone or something in my shoulder. I knew something didn't feel right. But at this moment, my main goal was to get to the finish line. I'm getting sick to my stomach. I knew right away that something wasn't right. But I, for some odd reason, was still in race mode. Had to think about the rest of the season. So I thought, let's try to get to the finish line. At this point, I'm just thinking throughout the track, trying to figure out what obstacle that I'm going to have to try to get through in order to get to the finish line. I'm just taking it easy. I'm about half sick to my stomach and ready to puke. The main goal is get to the finish line. The bike's all twisted up, the handlebars are way bent on my left side, but I just got to do what I got to do in order to get credit for this lap. As I'm trying to stay out of the way of other riders, I look at this and I go, oh crap, I remember this. So I try to hit it as hard as I could, and I fall over. And this young man over here, remember him?
Yeah, I'm okay.
So I'm starting to reevaluate my condition. I'm sitting in the middle of the track, causing havoc. He's telling me where I should go. I'm thinking I might be able to do it. Then change my mind. I'm like, all right, maybe if you can get the bike up, I can get it going.
I broke my collarbone. Not picking it up? Yeah, I broke my shoulder. I can't get it up. Oh, crap.
I do not know who this young man is. If anybody knows him, make sure you tell him I said thank you. I'm about ready to puke. I'm swallowing my pride. I'm in the middle of the track causing all kinds of problems. So I went to trying to get to the finish line to get credit for the lap, to basically not able to even pick up my bike, and this awesome young man and his friends are helping me make my decision, tell me how to get around. I try to get around to the other side, the bike I think falls back on me, and I totally give up. I don't know who this young man's parents are, but they should be very proud of this young guy. I seen him out here all day helping people, him and his buddies. I just finally say, hey, can you get it down to the road for me? And I just can't say enough how appreciative I am for these young men. There goes Christian. He did make this video. I don't think there's been a video that he hasn't made. There goes second overall, which is Brandon Poland.
Thanks, boys.
You go.
Yeah, if you can get down there flat somewhere, it's got a push button. It's got a push button right there.
So I went from having an awesome day, leading my class, I would say somewhere in the top 10 overall. One little mistake, I smacked the ground, and now I'm so useless. All I could do is point at the push button to let this young man know how to start my bike to get it to the road so I can get back to the truck. So as he was getting it up out of there, he had it down in this spot, and I was so worried that it was going to drop down in that ditch. And I don't know that he and his friends, and I know I was not going to be any help at all, would be able to get it back up out, but he got it out of there. And now I'm looking at this little tiny ditch as a big obstacle. And I guess the pain's starting to set in. He runs over, gets the bike set for me, and then asks me if he wants me to have him ride me back to the pits. Totally cool kid, young man. I'm sure I'm going to be able to find out what your name is and tell you thanks in person.
Thank you. Well, that about sucks.
So this ain't the first time that I've not finished a race, but it's been very few. I've been very fortunate throughout the years to be able to hit that finish line just about every race. But this is something I do not look forward to. I come up here, Heidi's going to see me, disappointment's going to come on her face. She is very competitive. She loves seeing me do well. She sits there and waits for me every lap, and by now she knows something's not right. She knows I should have been through there quite a while ago, and let's just see how this goes.
Broke my collarbone. I just came through the field too fast. I hit my rear brakes just going through the field, and it slid out and threw me off the bike.
How'd you run back here?
Some kid helped get my bike to the road, and I just rode.
So you fell off your head?
No, I come into coming out of the field too fast, hit my brakes, and it slid sideways and threw me off the bars.
I mean, how do you know it's broke?
Huh?
How do you know it's broke?
I heard it and I feel it.
So we need to go to the doctor?
I should sit down.
Alright.
Well, Heidi knows this procedure. It's time to get loaded up and head to the emergency room.
Well, you were looking good.
I felt good.
I thought you got in a bottleneck. Well, Ty, the radiator is busted. I had to go down and help you.
Well, that's about going to do it for this video. I'm not sure when I'll get back to my next event. It is now Wednesday. The following week, I went to the emergency room. It's definitely broke. They didn't think that they was going to need to do surgery, but after going back for a visit with the bone doctor. He says it looks like it's going to be better off if I get a surgery, because the way it's broke, he doesn't think it's going to heal properly. The bone's twisted. It's in like 4 different pieces. So Thursday morning, I'm going to go get surgery, get a brace, or I guess a rod or pins or something, whatever they do. Get that taken care of. But obviously not going to be any race videos here soon, but I got about 4 videos that I need to get completed. One of them is Heidi's dual sport adventure with the Dirt Bike Girl Adventures and Trail Seeker Adventures came together to have a dual sport weekend with just the ladies. And another one is going to be Ohio POW in Pennsylvania. And then also I have a whitewater kayaking video to get completed. And then also down at the Greenbrier River, we went camping, checked out hiking trails, drug grandma down the river on an inner tube. We did some mountain biking. But so even though I'm broke, I'm down for a little bit. I'm not sure how long. We're going to try to get up and get moving as soon as possible to get you all some more content. But once again, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, and everybody that stopped me and told me how much they enjoyed the videos and what they got out of it throughout this weekend, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Until next time, make sure you get out there and get on a trail and enjoy life a little bit, and try not to outrun your bike. It's a bad outcome. Thanks for watching. Hit the logo in the middle to subscribe or check out the next video.